Hello and welcome back, guys. Sir Chompy Face here, and today we are playing some Battlefield 1. This is some gameplay. I'll be playing as I'm talking, really. I'm just going to give you my overall thoughts on the game itself, what I think could do to improve it, and how is the general feel of the game, really. So if you guys out there still half thinking whether you should get the game or not, hopefully today I'm going to help you convince you either to get it or not get it, depending on how I feel about it. So we're going to start with how I feel about it. The game itself is a fantastic game. It's one. I've always been a Battlefield fan. So you know, I've got to put that out there first. So you know, for me, this is a really good addition to the series. It's the first one which has been, you know, predated World War II, so you know it's World War One, so you know this is a great war, and it's really good. They've really captured something quite amazing here. They haven't captured quite what the warfare was quite like back then. We'll get into that in a few moments about why they haven't. But the main thing is how they have done this, and what makes the game fun. So I'm going to give you some gameplay of me using my my sort of snipery class here. It's not really a sniper I use, it's a bolt action rifle. It's a really good one. I've got the legendary skin on it. I just randomly got it since they changed the revisions, and I got that out of a battle pack, which is something which has returned. But the battle packs are much more, you know, fairer and a lot more, you know, decent to actually have now. They used to be in Battlefield 4, if you guys didn't play that, or if you remember it, they used to be sort of, you get attachments, XP boosts, and I don't know if I was the only one who never really used any of the XP boosts too much, because you know, you'd end up getting way too much like boosts here and there, and there's never any need for never felt there's any need to keep using it, because there's always double XP every so often. When you're a premium member, you have gold battle packs like anything, and you know, you've got the odd knife out of here and there, but there wasn't really nothing special into it. But in this one, it's all now weapon skins and puzzle pieces for melee weapons. So the only other thing you get from proper weapon skin might be a new melee weapon, which there's no damage difference in any of the melee weapons, so it's okay. You know, for me that's just another skin, but just for melee. So you know, I'm quite happy for them to do that. That doesn't bother me at all, and you know, it's really enjoyable. Now, as you see, we're playing here. The graphics themselves, it's actually really good. They're using the same techniques they did with Star Wars Battlefront with the capture method. And it really feels like, you know, it really feels like you're getting close to the point where we're getting some really realistic graphics coming up now, which I think, you know, coming forward to this sort of graphics compared to what I was playing when I was a kid on PlayStation 1, or I think I've come over as GameCube as well. It's been, you know, it's been a long time since that sort of age where, you know, I was mainly, you know, playing games when they first came out. It's really weird just watching, you know, how it's all evolved from game, you know, from generation to generation, and I'm really excited to see next generation's graphics. I think, you know, we're getting really close to that point where we're getting photorealism is really starting to kick in, and most game developers are realizing now, you know, that it's the more realistic you go, the more immersive it grabs you. So, you know, they're going to keep trying. Now, if you're a COD fan for this game, I'm not sure if you're going to really like this game. It's not like Call of Duty. There are modes that you might find a bit like Call of Duty, where, you know, where it's really fast paced and the spawns are around. But if you're if you like just warfare in general, this is more of your sort of thing, because this is more of a warfare type game. So this isn't just about, you know, just killing the enemy team. It is like, especially this mode what I'm playing now, which is operations. This is really good. So the main thing we're going to be talking about now is how's the game feel itself. Well, as I said before, they didn't quite capture what World War One was actually like. Now, World War One was heavily enforced by trench warfare, by troops going over the top, charging all together, you know, taking turns going over, and there'd be these stalemates going on for years. But it's glitched out. Okay. This is one of the things I want to get into as well. As you see the glitch here, I had to change weapons just to get to aim down the sight after being respawned. And if I would have shot my gun, it wouldn't have worked. So I'm doing quite bad here because I'm trying to play and, you know, talk this video. So let's change class. So we're going to change that right now, and hopefully I'm going to show you some gameplay of some sort of medic class or assault. We'll go assault. So this is the one thing which I do not like, is there's so many submachine guns in this game. I was really hoping for the bolt action, you know, trench warfare, which there is sometimes it does sort of happen. You'll find some, you know, you'll find a match where everyone just runs the realistic, you know, sort of setting, so everyone seems to grab a bolt action rifle, and you know that can be really fun at times. But the problem is the weapons are obviously, like Battlefield, always locked to classes. So if you're a scout, you always have your sniper class. So if you want a bolt action rifle but you want to be a medic, it just doesn't work. And you know, I think sometimes that's where they can go wrong, and it is where, you know, they need to sort of revise. Think, hold on, like Battlefield 4, some classes should be able to use multiple different, you know, weapons. But the assault class here can use shotguns as well as using the submachine guns. They are quite, you know, it's starting to diversify. But I mean, the one thing you might not like if you're a fan of the previous series is the lack of weapons. There's not that many weapons into this game. There's just different weapon variants where you've got where you might have one which is like my submachine gun, one which is a burst shot, one which is a with a scope on. But yeah, it's a really good game. It is something worth trying. Now, it does contain a single player campaign, but that's nothing to behold. It's something you can finish in about, probably say about 5 to 6 hours. If you're slow like me, I'll probably say give it about 10 hours, because especially if you're not very good at gaming, there you go, you know, it's just going to take about double the amount of time. So, it's the one thing I like about the campaign, it's very good with the story driven. Some of the things I don't like, some levels are set in multiplayer maps. That does annoy me when companies do that. You know, you pay for a game, they advertise single player. I don't class that as single player. If we're just playing over multiple, you know, single player maps, which some of them I believe are going to be, some of the campaign maps which are different, I believe they'll add in as map DLC. I've got a funny feeling it's just there. The way they're set up just feels like it's going to be a multiplayer map. So if they do decide to do that, I hope they better be free maps for starters. If they're paid maps, I'll be really disappointed with EA. Especially with the amount of change they've been doing. You know, they've been getting better and better at what they do to really improve their status with the community. You know, with gaming in general, they, you know, I think that maybe that they just need to listen to their fans, and yeah, they just need to keep up the good work, really, because they really have improved from Battlefield 4. I'll probably say it's the best Battlefield since Bad Company 2. Unfortunately, with single player wise, I can't say that's as good as Bad Company 2. Bad Company 2 had the best single player out of all the Battlefield games. It was really focused on single player development, and that was really good. So the multiplayer just worked. So apart from that, yeah, if I had to give this a score out of 10, I'd give it about a 9 out of 10. So there we are. That's my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next video.